Hey everybody, how are you all doing today? Give me just a sec to grab something. Hey LPs, how you doing? Sorry about that. Just had to grab my other um, headphones for my phone. Totally forgot about that. There we go. So yep, I am back. I am well, ish. Hopefully we've got some sounds going on in here. So let's go over to the PV WolfCreek and see what's going on. There we go. I hear sounds. That's good. Yeah, doing good. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Better than I was. Still a bit blocked in the nose. A bit of a cough every now and again. But one thing I am lacking a lot of is energy. So it's kind of a struggle bus at the minute. I suppose the best way to put it. But I'm just going to try and carry on anyway. The joys of having COVID and recovering from that at the minute. So right. Where was I? Where was I? Right, so I was over in this area here. Um, I've got the um, lavender harvested now. I need to actually take that and get that dropped off. So let's start off with that first of all. So I'm working on that field over there next to me, but I'm also harvesting my poplars finally. Hey, Steam5555, how you doing, buddy? Right, it seems like it's been a while since I've actually played properly on here, so this is going to be interesting. Let's jump in the cab, get driving away. Oh, my steering wheel's really heavy. May need to just do a quick load up my other program for that. One sec, guys. If it's going to behave, I don't know. One sec. There we go. Yeah, steering wheel. You should be set to Farm Sim 22 and at Linux. Thank you very much for the chicken dance. Try that one. There we go. I love that chicken dance. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, gotta love it. Yeah, how are you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's been obviously a little while since I last streamed, mainly because obviously last week myself, my wife, my daughter all came down with COVID. It pretty much knocked me out for quite a few days. So I've just really been taking it easy for the last few days. Obviously I'm still suffering a little bit, but I am now testing negative, unlike my poor wife who's still positive. So myself and my daughter got the clear, so we're still a bit about getting there. Yeah, not the greatest, unfortunate situations, but thankfully it wasn't as bad as it could have been, I suppose, is the best way to put it. So I can get rid of my phone. Oh, here now. Tell that all the sounds are coming through fine. I had an update to Streamlabs a little while ago, so I had to make sure that all the sounds were set up properly. So the only one at the minute I don't know if it's still working properly is obviously Discord. So I've got nobody to talk to, but maybe if somebody pops in, I don't know, later, I'll try it out. Right then, so obviously I've got some trailers worth of lavender here that's now harvested. Hey there, Mr. Jababble, how you doing, buddy? Give you a quick shout out, actually. Jababble. There we go. Obviously, if you guys are not following Mr. Jababble, please click on that link and go give him a follow. He is an amazing streamer and fellow SGA member as well. yeah, so I need to drop this off at the Exotic Oil. I've already taken one trailer down, so I need to get the rest of this in. I'm really quite liking these random trailers, to be honest. Had them in 19, I'm glad they're brought back in 22. There's the light off. It is what it is. Ah, right, yeah. Yep, SGA. Yeah, obviously if some words aren't coming through quite right, because my nose is still a little bit blocked, it may sound a bit off. But yeah, obviously we do have Dave's map in the works at the minute. Obviously ETA for that will be after the Platinum expansion is released, so end of the year for that. So that's going to be a 16x map. Hopefully aiming to get kind of like PV County was. So that should be more than enough. I wonder if I can sell the rest of this, because I do need to make some money while I'm at it. So let's have a quick look here. Doopy doopy doo. Lavender, lavender, lavender. That's the orchard stuff. Greenhouse stuff. Oh, it'd be nice if these were in order, that's for sure. Yeah, well, the aim will be after the Platinum expansion. The exact date for that release, not sure yet. Mainly for the simple fact is, Dave really wants to see what he can get out of the expansion, if anything, they can use in the new map. So we're probably looking at close to either Christmas, maybe into the new year. Goldcrest Valley. Okay, so let's go drop this off. One of the big aims is to be able to actually have the factory set up so they can actually run on any map, not just the PV ones. So over the next few months, I'm going to be going through, making sure to get them all set up so they'll load in onto a map, have all the pallets there. Obviously, one thing that we may need is additional factories to run certain ones. So, for instance, Sam Adams obviously has like yeast and other products. Obviously, there's not many mods currently that do that, so you may need like the PV sugar mill extended off of here, or something similar that gives you yeast to be able to actually add into it. But one thing that Dave does want to do is create a trade post, as it were, where you can actually put in like base game products into, it's basically going to be a production, and you're going to be able to get out what you need. So for instance, if you need yeast for something, you put sugar in and get yeast back out in the same way you would one of the normal factories. And I need to turn left up here. Obviously it's still a lot of work ahead anyway, but obviously I have been going through making a start on some of these factories. One nice thing obviously with the revamped script is we can now do seasonal products and stuff like that. So obviously things like oh, off the top of my head, this thing, eggnog in the winter time, you could actually produce it only in winter type thing. Pumpkin batch in the fall type thing. So this is little things that we're slowly getting in, thanks to obviously the production revamp mod. Hey, Mr. NBC Master Dad, how are you doing? And what am I doing? I am playing with a bit of Farm Sim, trying to relax, to be honest. And how are you doing, sir? If you're not following Mr. NBC Master Dad, please click on that link, give him a follow, make sure to catch him when he next streams. Been doing a lot of Wreckfest recently. To be honest, so have I. You're very, very welcome, buddy. Right, let me just go get some train and get rid of this lavender. So if any of you guys haven't used the train system, so what you need to do is obviously drop it off at the silo just there, and around the side here, oh that's typical, you need to come over to this little red little icon, hit the R key to rent the train. I think I might have done that twice, but let's do that again, just make sure that it comes back. We're going to have to wait for it to back up, so it's going to be a little while. So if you stand here you can see the distance, it's kind of nice. So let's catch up on chat, let's see what's going on. So you're doing great, that was good timing, so it's just reversing. I can hear I need to hit you on Discord. Jump into the train, obviously going to start, then back up. It's not often I use the train system, to be honest, on here. When you get the fill, start filling, just hit the R key, tab through till you find lavender. Sometimes I think it's just a store. Not too much, but it's a little bit. Obviously, I do have a pretty hefty loan outstanding at the minute. I've paid about almost 300 off that 10 mil loan. So, full steam ahead once you're filled up. Obviously, the nice thing is you can use this trade system where you're mining products if you want to sell any. So you don't get much, to be honest. But yeah, any contracts as well. Trade system to send or to well. Just stay in until this pops up, and then just hit yes, I want to sell. And you get obviously your money. Obviously, I'm using precision farming, so I do get that little environmental score reward as well, which is not too bad. Right then, so I do need to go back to my choo-choo, or my truck, should say. One thing I have found is I'm very thirsty as well since last week, feeling ill and that. It's not good. So, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Green Thumb Farmer, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. I think most of that's pretty much sorted at the moment. Mainly focusing on the harvesting rate. I need help again. What's up, buddy? What's up? If I can help, I will try. So that's pretty much what we'll be focusing on today. I really want to get the poplar harvested today. That's why I've dropped the time down to sort of 0.5 just to try and get it done. I already had about 2 stacks off of the field already. Bales. I've been doing is just sort of filling in some of these little areas around the map that looked a little bit bland. So it had trees, a few flowers. Actually, there is an area which I don't know if I've got anything nearby that I was working on the other week. I don't know if you guys remember my last stream. I was actually working over here. See, I did create obviously a field up the top here, and I've actually got it planted with soya at the minute, soybean. Obviously at the front, actually I'm going to turn on flight mode, and we'll turn that on, and I'll put on speed for the minute to show you guys something. Obviously this is the area I was working on at the end of one of my last streams. And I kind of like how it's turned out. Obviously I've got a nice big rock face there now. Obviously I've added a few trees and plants at the bottom. Might add a pond or something, or maybe even take some of these trees out and just have a little field at the bottom here, but at the minute I'm kind of happy how it is. Yeah, maybe a pond, a nice big pond or something in here. One thing I did do, I was playing around to be honest with some of the water planes that I've got, and just in the top here I've got a little reservoir, I suppose is the best way to put it, of water. Kind of come off a field kind of feeling, so yeah, kind of like that. It's not too bad overall. It's slowly coming on together, that's for sure. If I can do it, I might even try and see, excuse me, try and cover this train tunnel as well. I don't know if I'll be able to have the source, the rocks mounted over the top of it. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that is come on. One thing, while I am over here, because I haven't been over this way in a while, but I do now have some truck lines. Obviously, I mentioned about wanting some parking lines for a truck bay. I actually found something within another mod somebody had sent me, which I'm kind of stealing off of them to be honest. Okay, let's see what he said. So I made the prior changes and I roll over to the next month and 6 hours into the next month and I am out of labour and morale. Most productions, the government building was maxed out on both at the start of the month. Yeah, so it looks like you're going to need to definitely get more being produced. You can put additional placeables down if you need be. Because I've never really had an issue, because obviously I'm not running a lot of factories all at the same time. What I tend to do is just have maybe 2 or 3 running, so some is going into storage, some is going direct. So I thought I needed more houses to start. So obviously the houses are going to give you the labour. The morale is going to be coming from community buildings. And I got this is max number of production points for each. Right, with that warning, make sure that you have the current limit breaker mod installed. What you could always try as well is deleting the which one was it? Delete the actual limit breaker mod and then resync it down through the mod folder switcher. I've had a few people mention about that. It could just be that. Let me just have a look, see if I can figure these things out. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? I think it was in here. I haven't actually checked to make sure that these lines work. I have no idea where they are. There. I'm hoping these are going to work okay. Should be that way. Might have to just tweak them a little bit. That's a little bit better. Stay there. It's not too bad. Let's just overlap slightly. There. And I'm just going to paint that black. Where's that black top gone? Yeah, getting the right balance on everything is kind of hard. Yeah. Might need to just increase the visibility on that, but that's not too bad overall. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm kind of happy with that. That'll do. Yeah, let's have a little look actually at my government building, what I got. Obviously, like I said, I don't tend to have a lot running. It's only usually 3 or 4 running at a time. So I should have plenty being produced. Let's see, government building, government building, government building. Here we go. So, yeah, see, I've got mine pretty much maxed out at the minute. And obviously, I have been going quite a long time. Electricity-wise, I do have quite a few actually placed down. Solar panels, diesel generators. Obviously, got the biofuel currently running. So obviously the nice thing is now that I've got the build up, what you could technically try and do is deactivate a couple of factories. and place down additional buildings to start off with till you get a bit in reserve. But I'm kind of shocked at how much I've actually got. I could actually technically sell some of these. Not that I get anything, but yeah. Obviously all these bigger buildings, they take a lot more to get up and running. You need a lot of labour, a lot of morale and stuff. I'm still not sorting this flipping out now. But yeah, try maybe adding more community buildings and maybe some bigger what's it called, houses and stuff, or even try some of these apartments. One thing I would say, and this is for anybody really, when you place down a factory, take into consideration a few things. For example, I'm just going to put this down. I'm going to reimburse myself in a sec. Actually, no, well, go over here actually. Obviously, one thing you're going to need to remember with the power and everything and the labour, um, with your power, you're going to need enough to cover each line to start off with. So obviously in here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. Electricity wise, you need at least 10 electricity. So that's going to be like 80 just to get this power to get it running. You're also going to need enough labour coming in, but also remember that the houses need electricity, so you're going to need enough to cover the factory, plus the community buildings, plus the um, labour houses. So obviously, if you've got only say a couple of solar panels down, and you're running, say for instance, the sugar mill, that's a bad one. Where's the other one? Where the heck is the other sugar mill? Hey, Imperial Gamer, how you doing, buddy? Oh, fudge. I want the other sugar mill. I want the other sugar mill. There it is. Sugar mill extended. Obviously, this is one of the tier 2 things. So this is where you're getting into your electricity. So you're going to need 4 per line. So you got 3 lines. So it's 12 electricity just to run that. Plus, obviously, you have 4 um, labour guys. Obviously, remember you're going to need that 12 plus how many it is for the house. And it is easy to, while you're placing down a factory, to place down the amount of houses and stuff you need. So obviously with the bigger stuff like the brewery, vodka, Heinz cans, which are like your tier 3, tier 4 stuff, they are going to take a heck of a lot to get up and running. A lot of electricity, a lot of labour. Obviously, you've got your morale and everything else that comes from your community buildings. Obviously, the government building itself will produce morale as well, or something like that. I think it was. So it's try to find the right balance. Obviously, I do need to get in here and get this cleaned out. To be honest, not too bad. Just got a toothache. Oh yeah. I'm still suffering a little bit from having COVID for the last week. So yeah, but according to the test, I'm all clear. Down the brewery, vodka, kinds. Yeah. So obviously, let's see. So let's go to the brewery because that is one of the bigger ones. And I do have it down here somewhere. Brewery. So, for example, yeah. So the brewery. Actually, I haven't even got this activated yet, to be honest. But obviously, we're going to have 5 output products. So you're going to need enough electricity coming in. So it's 10 electricity per line minimum. So you need at least 50 just to get these going. Obviously, at some point, the pumpkin batch is going to be a seasonal production product. I know at the minute it can only be sold better sold at a certain time in the year, but I believe it's only going to be a sort of kind of an autumn autumnal type product. Obviously, you are going to need at least 50 workers, and obviously you're let's see, 25 support there. But also to get that extra bonus, you're also going to need was that 3, 6, 15 morale to get those boosted lines. Obviously, I haven't hardly got anything in here at the minute, as you can see. This is one thing I am trying to work on at some point. But yeah, take it into consideration also, was it Ken's? So obviously, just with that particular that one just there, it takes quite a lot. So what you might need to do is place down more and more houses, obviously more and more community buildings and stuff just to get started. But obviously, one thing if you're just starting out, one thing I wouldn't really do is place down the government building. Try and have it going straight to the factories if you can. If you are just starting out, but obviously once you start producing that extra, then add in the government building so it can siphon into there before going to the factory. But as you can see, I've got tons waiting. That is going to be a lot of power. That is definitely a lot of power. But yeah, that's how I always do it. I always aim to have enough electricity, labour and stuff to run every line, not just the one line. Obviously, you could run it if you wanted to with just one line, which means you'd only need like 10 electric, 10 labour, 5 morale, support should say, and 3 labour, the 3, losing it, morale. Um, yeah, but obviously I always aim to do all 5 or 10, whatever amount of lines there are, and give that a go. Obviously, I am now on to like year 11, 12, or what it is on here. I've got a lot built up, as you've seen in the government building already. So what you could just temporarily do is place down additional buildings. Obviously, in the shop here, there is more under the PV other stuff. You put more of these down if need be, just to give those boosts. But remember the electricity as well. You are going to need additional electricity to run these. Same with obviously the houses. All of these are, you can actually see they're labelled, how many you're going to need. Currently I think I've got about 3 or 4 of these apartments down, plus obviously, well, excuse me, a few of the houses around. So obviously it is just siphoning through slowly. It would do both actually. Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's the only thing I can suggest. Or just deactivate some of your factories. Try and just activate 1 and 2 to start off with. Get them filled up. Then build up some more in the government building. That's pretty much what I do. I never have like 5 or 6, 7 or 8 or whatever factories running at the same time. I'll have maybe 2 or 3 going at a time. So I am getting a little bit going into the factories and some going over to the production lines itself. To the government build, I should say. I'm trying to remember all this after being ill. It's not easy. Sorry about that. Tickly cough. It's not good for you. Right, so I just wanted to try and chill and take it easy. There goes out of here. Right, oops. Hit that. Get back in there. Just going to do a quick heading here. Okie dokie then. Yeah, that's the only thing I can really suggest. Obviously, like I said, I have been going. Actually, what year am I actually into now? So I'm obviously into year 11 now, and obviously I did go through the different tiers, which is kind of the way you meant to do. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, just build up there. But like I said, I do tend to have only a few factories running at a time, so I I do get some going into the factories to run them, and then some being cycled into government to store when needed. As you can see, I've actually pretty much maxed out a lot. Probably sell some of mines. I won't get nothing for them. Sell it and rebuild that up. Obviously, it's there if I do decide to get one of the current factories running. And while let me give our latest member a shout out. There we go. Obviously, if you guys are not following Mr. Hero Gamer, please click on the link, give him a follow. He is the newest member to the SGA. Only 2 weeks now, I think it is, since he accepted the offer. But yeah, make sure to go over, give him a follow, and catch him when he does stream. First thing with me, I just haven't really wanted to do anything over the last week. Did a bit of Wreckfest with like Dave and the rest of the guys, but obviously yesterday, today, kind of spent on here. One thing I did do, and I'm trying to get all the different factories now set up, is straight through the bush. Is adding in some of these little signs, which are kind of nice around the place. Got quite a few more to do, but it kind of gives me an idea where everything is, even though I know where most of it is. There is still a few factories I don't even have down, which I do want to get into doing at some point. But getting there, I don't know yet. Probably going to try and aim to maybe put some up this way, depending on what the land is like. The land has to be good. I do still have a handful of fields not planted yet, for the simple fact, obviously, I'm waiting until I get into the autumn before I actually start harvesting any of them. Not planting. Mainly after yeah, so I'm kind of aiming to try and get grains planted this year. It's one thing that I did want to do, really kick himself a bit. So I'm going to be kind of behind on a lot of productions now. Leaking annoying, that's for sure. Like there's a weight against it. Hopefully it'll kick in. I need to be on the other side. So let's take this around the other side. Ease up here. I think I know what it is. It's because I tabbed out earlier and I think it changed to default. Let's change that back to Farm Sim 22. No, that's still. I haven't used my steering wheel in quite a while, so it's probably from that. Central pin doesn't need to be that strong. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, there we go. That. Yeah, I can steer again. One thing I did do actually just the other day is up the top here. So where it goes through from field 12 to 17, I've actually cut the grass around the area first, and I've actually created one big field. So at some point I do need to get in there and plant it. Now, for any of you guys who weren't aware, you can actually sell this little road on the side here to create a bigger field. The only thing I did have to do is move the signs in the i3D that's up here for the farm. Apart from that, a lot of you guys should be okay. You could actually just go around it if need be. But yeah, that's ready for planting now. Just got to get in there, sort that out at some point. I think most of the fields I've got now that are empty or fallow, I suppose is the best way to put it. Obviously there will be grain crops going into them when the time is right, which is beginning of August, I believe. I do have this field of grass up here, which is producing a fair bit, that's for sure, off of it. So I've had a good couple of applications of manure on there already, so that is pretty much sorted out. I do have plenty of cows on the go. Dang it, I've kind of trying to stay off driving on the rocks, to be honest. Yeah, it's not quite working out. Out, then what I'll do is jump over to my poplar and carry on with that. I did trade in my tree harvester for the ponge. Kind of liking it, to be honest. If any of you guys aren't sure what I'm on about, is in here. Obviously, I've been using the old Cobra there. I've kind of been trying this one out, and I quite like it. And I'd recommend anybody to try it as well. For the simple fact, it seems to be a lot easier when you're cutting and spinning around. Obviously both the cab and the front here pivot around. It's really quite nice and different to the Cobra. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that thing. Still need to sort out decent trucks. This thing is just too slow to take off. Plenty of strawberry pies down. One thing I will say, guys, for any of you interested in a loading wagon for picking up, on the SGA website I have actually now modified one with a slightly bigger pickup. This one. It's nothing special, it's just got a slightly bigger pickup, about 20 meters to be honest. It does have an additional capacity of 1,000,000 litres, and to select it you'd have to go to the silage additive tank, click across, and then there you go, it'll come up to BAM 1,000,000. So that's going to be the one without the silage additive tank. If you click into it again, obviously it'll add that additive tank for doing your picking up your grass and stuff and getting that extra boost out of it. What I also did is just threw in some base game colours for your main colour, your secondary colour, as well as the rim options. Let's do a pink on that one. So yeah, if any of you guys want it, you're more than welcome to go on the SGA website. It is there. It's so simple. But yeah, it's 1,000,000 litre capacity. I did up the capacity for the additive, so it should fill one pallet with the extension on there selected. And obviously it will be under Billy Alpaca modding category in the shop. So if any of you guys have got any of these, you go for it. Yeah, that's the one I've been using. Obviously one thing with that, it does cut huge tree trunks with that one. It's kind of nice. Right, so that's that. So I'm onto this guy down here now. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, fiddlestick, stop it. There we go. So this is what I'm doing. I just earlier today went through and did 2 loads out of this field. For any of you guys who haven't used this yet, this is actually a poplar baler. It comes as part of the Anderson Pack 19. Obviously base game now in 22. Yeah, it's really quite nice. Okay. Hopefully that should do it. Obviously, like I said, I've got a lot of the factories down myself, and I haven't had that error coming up. And usually it is either the limit breaker or something is conflicting with it. That is the only other option. So yeah, back to this. So any of you guys who haven't tried this, I would recommend it. Obviously, the main fact is it turns your poplar plants to bales out of it. Obviously, you're going to need the baler, the bio baler on the back itself. It can pivot to the left, to the right, or in the centre. I'm just leaving it in the centre for now. Because I am having it in the centre, obviously I have added the bumper as well to go in the front. What happens is the bumper actually flattens the poplar, and then the baler comes through, cuts the poplar plants themselves. As you can see, there's just a double left, and then bales it up. The only problem I find with it is it's only got a small capacity, but apart from that, it is perfectly fine for my needs. So let's get into here. I am going to use my GPS to keep a straight line. As you can see, as we drive over it, it's going to force the plants down. Slightly off, but I'll get that last bit. But yeah, it's only about 2,000 litre bales. Should do. As you can see, I've done 40 bales now with this. Obviously, I'm putting these straight into the biofuel, obviously to produce that LGC that's needed. At the minute it's not really needed, so I might put some of these into storage, and there is now storage for these poplar bales. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah. Obviously, for any of you guys that's got the bale storages by pots, these silos. So these ones here, we also do poplar bale one now. They did add cotton as well. So if you guys haven't updated these yet, go into the in-game mod hub and make sure to get the update, please. I might actually put one of these storages down one in here. Actually, they're kind of cheap to be honest, so I don't mind that. Let's see, what have we got around here? So that's there. I'm trying to think where the heck everything needs to go. Do I have any space around here? Might look at this later, actually. Actually, what I might do is put some of the bales into the composter, because that is one thing that does need topped up. But yeah, I do like it this way. So you can use a forage wagon as well if you want to do poplar and just chip it. I just think this just adds that little something else to the production. Obviously, it has taken literally probably a good in-game year to actually grow these, so it's not something that's going to be an overnight fix type thing. Obviously, I'm running the seasons of precision farming, so it did take that a little bit longer. Yeah, it's just going to be now. You could put a hard helper on as well if you wanted to, but I'm kind of enjoying it myself. And obviously these bales will go into the Anderson round bale stackers as well, or any round stacker. I believe they can also be auto-loaded as well. I'm trying not to go the auto-load way yet, personally, but you can if you're doing it that way. So I'm using the good old Kubota M8. This is just the power. So you get about 200 horsepower from the baler, and I think the M8 there has 200, 201 something like that. So I'll take that if you like. Yeah, I'm really liking this baler. stopping in time is obviously the key as well. This is with just 2k capacity. They're small bales, but you can't change it unless I was to modify it. Do it that way, I suppose. Put it in 4k. It's not often that you see people actually doing pop bales or even poplar in the game, so that's kind of why I want to try and do them this time around. One thing I did in 19 is on PV County, and I had a big field on there, and it's still there actually, it's planted with poplar for obviously creating compost on the map. Obviously, selling bundles of products that is quite limited. Well, I used to love doing poplar on see the 19 version of Uncharted, and obviously the poplar chips over there. Actually, for anyone who is playing Uncharted 19 and needs a harvester for doing poplar chips, I've still got my one on my Google Drive that I did back then. If anybody needs it, obviously you've got your harvester with capacity, plus the header as well, and it obviously unloads poplar chips rather than just poplar. JD had that into 22. Actually gone through and created the run thinking that can be done with a Humble Forager. I haven't played it Uncharted that much personally. It's been fun so much. Normally what you need to do is hire a tree planter to plant poplar in the stall. What I actually did, obviously I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably got them as well, is a modified planter or seeder that does all the crops, and that's why it's such a tight little forest there. Need to keep an eye on this guy. I thought he was full as well. Yeah, that must be weird jumping from keyboard to mouse. Keyboard to wheel keeps really heavy. Keep an eye on him. Out of curiosity, how many fields have I actually got ready now? Let's see. Yeah, so I've got all these down here to harvest. Got that field there to harvest. I'm obviously doing this one at the minute, and obviously got a hired helper on there. I did have some contracts the other day for those field 5, 22, and 37. But for some reason they were actually going to the brewery, and as far as I'm aware they shouldn't be doing that, so I do need to look into that again at some point. I might have missed the contracts elements. Yeah, hopefully all you guys are having a great week so far. Obviously it's Wednesday now, so for anyone who wasn't aware, actually my hours have changed for streaming wise. It's now going to be Wednesday, Fridays and Saturday mornings. So Saturday mornings I'm going to be with my daughter, showing off one of her games. So she is big on her Jurassic World game at the minute. Obviously they did have a DLC release the other day for Jurassic World Evolution 2 for you guys who do play. They added another dinosaur era pack to the game. Definitely well worth checking that out if you play. Hey Neon, how you doing? Yeah, we'll probably showing a little bit of that off on the weekend stream as well. So one thing I do want to do is offset this to the right a little bit. Obviously, all you have to do is use your mouse. So go that way. Out of curiosity, how many of you guys picked up Construction Simulator? You enjoyed it? Or released yesterday? Is it a bit okay? Is that better? I didn't realise the game was so loud. Let me turn that down a fraction there. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah, cool. Glad to hear it. Isn't it funny, whenever you say to somebody, oh, your sound isn't quite right, they suddenly shut up. I did exactly the same there as well. Actually, could do it going a little bit lower, actually. Let's turn that down. Because I really want it just as a background noise, so there we go, let's try that. There we go, I think that's a bit better. The worst thing is, obviously, I don't want to sort of talk too loudly, because obviously it does irritate my throat, and obviously makes me cough, and it's a pain in the butt, to be honest. There we go. Yeah, I'm slowly getting there. Obviously, I did a test the other day. I'm now showing it's negative for it, but obviously it's now the long COVID part or whatever recovery. Obviously, the main thing that it seems to be is sort of slight blocked nose, bit of cough, but it's the lack of energy. That is the big one. It's getting me at the minute. I do like simple tasks, like just even walking from here to like the living room. Once I get to the living room, I'm sort of it's not good. It's almost like I'm a really unfit person, but I'm not usually. But I know with a bit of rest and a bit more rest, I should be okay. Obviously, the main worry at the minute is my wife, because obviously she's still showing as positive, um, which is kind of a bummer. And obviously, with her condition, it might take longer with her. So yeah, it's a freaking pain in the butt, to be honest. But I'm glad I've got rid of the headaches and all that. That was another one as well, was the headaches. I can put up the snotty noses, a little bit of the headache, but it's just the freaking energy. There we go. Right, I do need to grab that little bit there, but I'll get that in a minute. Actually, I'll do it now. I can spin back. But yeah, I'll get there eventually. And I know my wife will be better. My daughter is back at school. She got the all clear as well. Let's pick you up. So yeah, she's back at school. The school wasn't very happy that we kept her off for extra days. Seemingly, according to the government over here, after 3 days of being tested, you can go back to work, you can go back to school or whatever. Even if you're still showing positive. I think that's totally wrong, so that's why I kept her off. If they didn't like it, they could bite me. And I even told them that, to be honest. It is ridiculous. The worst thing is there is a lot of kids out there who are vulnerable, and obviously like on the high priority list, where if they get it, it could potentially kill them, to be honest. And I am not going to send my daughter into that sort of environment where there's a lot of kids, then it could just be like another freaking pandemic again. No, thank you very much. I'd rather play it a little bit safe. And if they want to find me, they can find me. How is Mr. Boomer doing? Full again. Dang, getting a good crop off this. I'm getting a very good crop off this. So let's open that one up as well. Yep, so it looks like my evening is going to be sorted out. Picking all this up. That is for sure. I said no, Mr. T Miller has been showing off a bit of Wreckfest today. Not Wreckfest, building simulator there. Or construction simulator, I should say. Obviously he's doing a multiplayer server with 2020 farming guy. Ah, you bugger. Didn't want you to start up. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, they didn't even supply any additional schoolwork when she was off. Even though when I initially phoned up about it, I actually said, can they send in some online work and stuff? And she said, oh yeah, we'll get you sorted out, no worries. Online sods. But she's pretty good actually. She picks things up very quickly and can get her work done pretty fast. So it won't be long before she catches everyone back up. And to be honest, they've only just restarted after the summer holiday, so it's not a big issue. Not to be honest. Let's be on about there. There we go. Hey, Mr. T Miller, there he is. You speak of the devil and he turns up. uh yeah. So how are you enjoying Construction Simulator, buddy? To be honest, I was lurking a few times in your stream earlier. The only thing, personally, I think it's a bit slow paced. But it might just be me. Right, that will do for now. There. I'll come back to you in a little while. Hey, Mr. Culp, how are you doing as well? Actually, let's give you both a shout out. Shout out, Team Miller 63. Also, if you're not following Mr. T Miller, please make sure that you go over there, give him a follow. Like I said, he was playing a bit of Construction Simulator today. Overall, I like it, but the controls are really hard for a keyboard player. Yeah, I did notice that you were having a few issues at times, which is a bit of a pain, but hopefully you'll get used to it. Just obviously go through your key bindings and stuff and uh, take it nice and easy. Make sure I spell that right. Yep. Obviously, Mr. Cope as well is kind of a new streamer. If you guys haven't followed him, make sure you go over there, give him a follow. Try and catch him when he is streaming. That's one thing he does need a lot of help with. Back to being popular for now. And chatting as well. He needs more people chatting. Obviously, I'd love to see him as a Twitch affiliate. Obviously, I think at the minute he is coming up short on a few of the lines there. And obviously, he has been creating his own map as well, which is kind of mad but really cool. You were embarrassed a little bit. That's nothing to be embarrassed about. Obviously, it's a brand new game. You haven't got a clue about it. Also, I know that Mr. Wheels, he was played it a bit yesterday or last night. And yeah, obviously, it's one of those things. I don't know. It's not the sort of game that I'd go for personally. Um, so yeah, but it just takes practice. Obviously, with you guys wanting to do multiplayer as well, it may change. I don't know the key bindings. So that's one thing I did notice that Wheels mentioned a few times. His key bindings were changing. Right, what I want to do is I'm going to leave that there a sec. And over here, I'm going to pick some of these bales up so I can actually get through. do it the way it should be without running over these plants all the time. Let's try. There we go. Pop you down. I'm going to be running over these plants a little bit more. Just pick this lot up. Anyway, why were you embarrassed, Mr. T. Miller? You shouldn't be. You were messing everything. You weren't messing everything up. You were doing a pretty good job from what I seen, to be honest. Obviously, it is a brand new game. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mistakes until you get used to the key bindings and how things work. It's called experience. It's nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed about. Really, I don't know. But yeah, obviously Mr. T. Miller will be back on PV County, I believe it is, for tomorrow's stream. So make sure, for any of you guys who are playing FS19 at the minute, to make sure to catch him when he goes live next. Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can put these into the composter. I haven't tried that yet. I definitely know that they go into the biofuel place. Fine. Now I'm getting so much grain off of that field. Heck, is he nearly full already? Uh, yeah, game that you know. But yeah, what I'd probably recommend then is while you're not streaming, is maybe get a few more hours in, just getting used to the different things. But like I said, once you've done a few of those missions in contracts, they will become probably a lot easier. But it's, yeah, like I said, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. We all make mistakes. There we go. One thing I think it would be nice is if we could all get into maybe doing just a wreck fest stream and go from there. Just sensitivity as well. Yeah, there you go. See, that is the right attitude. Some people would probably think, oh no, I can't do this game, I'm going to quit. That's probably the worst thing you could probably do, to be honest. Right, let me go this way a sec. Is this wheel behaving? No, it's not. It's still freaking heavy as ever. Right, I'm not sure if these are going to go in here. I'm hoping they are, because they are classed as wood chips. So let's give this a try and see. I do like poplar. I miss doing poplar. Can I get up there? Yeah, there we go. Let's try and load. Oh, there we go. Cool. So there you go. You can put poplar bales into the composters as well, so that's even better. So the capacity-wise is the down part. You've been practicing on Wreckfest. Oh, heck. Good boy. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of Wreckfest. Some of the can't think of what's freaking called, the league stuff or whatever it is, the daily challenges and stuff. I've actually now earned enough to buy that big wrecking truck, so I've got that. One with the big silver skull on the back. They're clear. Let's grab these. Got a fair few of the cars now tuned up to how I want them. So I still need to actually get them into a proper match and try them out. I know that Mr. NBC Master Dad out there has been doing a lot of Wreckfest streams. I know that Mr. Dajnet's going to be live later. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to be doing, whether he's going to be doing map creating or doing a bit of Wreckfest or even construction simulator there. Um, right. Oh, actually, I need to unload this guy first before I carry on. Which side are we on? Nope, I don't want that one. I want that one. Here we go. Wow, that is one heck of a field. What am I going to do with all this bleaking crop, eh? That was another thing, obviously, behind where my, obviously up ahead there, you can see, obviously, Campbell's, obviously got Ken's, and Heinz behind it. I actually started doing a little bit more of the back wall there. And Neon, thank you very much for the... Oh, T Miller, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Amethyst Neon, much appreciated. Wow, that was very low. I need to get some of these settings. Right, you can stay there. Bless you. Right, so let's try this again. There we go. Get you turned on. Yeah, if this baler had a slightly bigger capacity, I think it'd be better. Maybe like 4K. I do know that. No, I don't know if it would actually work with this, but I'm sure there's like a variable bale capacity thing mod on the in-game mod hub. Might have to have a look at it, see if it works on this. You haven't played 22 now for about 10 days? I know, that is terrible, mate. That is really terrible. To be honest, you are enjoying playing 19 now, I've noticed. Obviously, from Uncharted to County, whether it's multiplayer or single player, you just seem to be loving it at the minute, so... it is what it is. And oh yeah, ATS on the weekends as well, so... And obviously, you've been doing construction. You're... Just realised you are friggin' busy at the minute. Oh my goodness. And here's me over the last week or so. I've hardly played anything. Done a bit of Wreckfest with obviously Dave and the guys. I think it was yesterday was really the first day I actually got in on here playing. Obviously there was an update for Satisfactory released yesterday, guys, for any guys playing. Obviously update 6 is now out of experimental and into early access. And obviously they have added boom boxes and tapes and stuff, so make sure to get the update off of Steam for that if you need to. Trying to think what else has been going on recently. Not a lot, to be honest. Oh, oh, come on. Spin round, spin round, spin round. There we go. Might have to just push this steering wheel out of the way. But what I'm going to do, actually, because it's just gone over the hour, I'm going to take a quick break. I need to keep an eye on my wife, really. I'm going to put you on, see if this is going to work on Hired Helper a sec. Are you going to work on Hired Helper or not? No, it's not. Okay. Well, that's a pig. Yeah, so I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm just going to leave it on Mr. Boomerhauer. Oh, fudge, I didn't mean to do that. I would put it on Mr. Boomhauer, but I just accidentally turned him off. I'm going to drop that down a bit. So you got at least something to look at. Dang, don't like that bit. Yeah, that is something I haven't noticed. There's a lot of people are getting more and more interested in, obviously, PV County. Obviously, it'd be kind of nice once Dave's new map comes out that we do have some of what was in County 22. But for the minute, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, like I said. If I can get the ads to run, I will. If they don't, never mind. Um, darn it, which one is it? It's that one. I have no idea which one it is. It's probably going to be a minute's worth, so there you go, guys. For anybody, I will be back in a little while. Alrighty, guys, I am back. And there we go, there we go. Oh, and I just seen somebody in Discord, so let me get back to there. Let me do that. Now, I'm not sure if the ad ran or not, because obviously I can't see. If any of you guys did get any ads, let me know. It was only about a minute's worth. Let's see. There's that, there's that. Hoping the settings are right. I might have to up that a bit for Discord. Let's jump in Discord and see what Mr. Dashnet is up to. Hello? Is anybody there?
Hello.
There he is. How you doing?
Your volume on your stream is really low for me. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, I'm trying not to speak so loudly. Um, I did turn the game down so he could hear me a bit better. But yeah, obviously if I speak too loud, I get coughing fits. So I'm trying to not speak too loud at the minute. But how you doing anyway, boss?
Right. I'm doing good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm here.
And how are you getting? Have you actually started it yet?
Started what?
Construction simulator or whatever it is.
Yeah,
You have? Ah.
I'm still trying to. I'm playing it right now, but I'm still trying to decide if I want
Ah.
to stream it today. It
Oh.
has its pluses, but it has its minuses in a big way for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really a game I'm interested in. Obviously, I was watching like Mr. Wheels playing it yesterday, and it just seems very, very slow paced and kind of
Well,
confusing. That's just
it
me.
is a little bit. It's like Farm Sim slow,
I like
to be
Farm
honest
Sim
with you.
slow. Go figure. Oh, kitty cat. No, not today. Come on.
It just has some weird bugs.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's try that
strange
again.
things happen to me. Like the traffic is off.
I
And
didn't
it
know.
goes slow.
Yeah, one thing I did notice, like with Mr. Wheels and like Team Miller today, is when you're going through traffic lights, you seem to get fined really quickly with them.
You get fined regardless if you stop or not.
Hmm.
If you wait till they're green, I mean, I sit there, pull up to the red light. That's one of the things I had to turn off the traffic lights because I'd
Yeah.
pull up to there, the light would be red, it would turn green, and I'd get the fine.
Yep. Right. What do I want
And
right
it was
for?
just weird.
Yeah, it seems a little over the top. Rye. Did I want rye in here? I can't remember. Nope, it wasn't that one. That's flour. Rye. Rye flour. Yep, that's what I want. Okay. Yeah. Definitely, I think I'll pass on it, to be honest. I will definitely pass on that one.
Yeah. It's yeah, sometimes really confusing with the equipment and stuff, the directions.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was the biggest issue that Team Miller was having, was obviously the key bindings and stuff like that, and bless him. But for a game that's just been released, I think he did pretty well. Obviously, depending on how you do and stuff, because I know that's more of a game that you're into, so you probably get used to it quite quickly.
Ah, I so far I've had to go find YouTube videos 3 times and
Oh,
I
blimey.
barely even started the game. You get to stupid areas, it's like no instruction.
Mm,
I and I had to figure out what the heck I was doing wrong.
yeah.
Sit there for an that's the part that's frustrating to me is that you go around like one of the things you go around and when you're going to drop an object on a place, it usually highlights the place where you're supposed to put it.
Alright, yeah.
You get to this one job, and all of a sudden, you have a place on the outside of the construction site that highlights, but the other place that's inside where they want it isn't. I mean,
Oh.
that makes no sense. So I put it in the wrong place and I'm starting to unload. I think I spent an hour trying to figure out how, and then I finally YouTube it, and it's like, oh, I'm supposed to drop it in that box, but it doesn't highlight on that box.
Oh, that's just
But I
stupid.
still have to drop it there. I mean, why did, that's the stuff that doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So maybe
So,
they just need a few more tweaks to the game then, just to finish it off
and they
properly.
get you things. Oh, do this, do that. I mean, if you are into the construction business and have driven a concrete mixer and know what a concrete pump is, and you know how they're supposed to be operated and
Mm.
stuff,
Oop.
you might have a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
But if you
Somebody's
haven't,
knocking on the door. Who's
it's
that
one of
knocking?
those things.
Can't see my stream now. Damn. There we go.
More importantly, I got my Eagle RS over in breakfast today.
Oh. I need to stop tabbing it
I
out.
got
There we go. Let's do this a sec.
I already got gold in all the main. They
Ah.
reset them. You know, the big long mission, the ones the monthly or whatever. I think
Yeah.
it's 2 months or no,
That's better.
it's up there for a while.
Yeah, I think there's that truck thing
The
runs out today,
career,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let me
he's
let
sounding a little bit echoey through Discord at the minute.
I am.
Yeah.
Hey, is that better?
Oh, there we go.
Any better?
Yep, that'll do.
Uh, See, when I go to bed or late at night, I push the microphone back in the headset so I
Yeah,
don't
I
have
do
to
that as well.
deal with it, and then I forget to take it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like the controller for the excavator and dozers. Yeah, who was it? Farming guy, I think, is using joysticks. I'm not sure he was enjoying it that much.
I tried to set up the side panel joystick and can't get that to. I mean, the funny thing is, you set it up, and all of a sudden, that's another thing that drives me crazy. The keys,
Mhm.
the key combinations they use.
Yeah.
You really got to key map the whole darn game. You go from a bulldozer, which should drive with the number pad, and then you get into a vehicle and you're driving with WASD. Why didn't they just keep that the same?
Yeah, it seems a bit
You
daft.
know?
Seems very daft.
I mean, I get it that it's a construction machine and it's not road ready, but to make you change keys just to drive, you know, it's
Yeah.
the little things. Press the G key to get in and out of a vehicle. Every other game I've ever played, it's the E key. You know,
Yeah.
press
Let's
the
try that.
the yeah. It's been constantly um one thing after another like that.
Hmm. I'll pass. For definitely.
So,
Okay.
but and it is pretty much all mission driven. So, but at least you get a choice of contracts to choose from.
That's something, I suppose.
Yep.
That's better, is it? Okay. I just suddenly realised that I've actually got two mixers open for Discord. I don't know why. Very
Uh,
strange. So hence why Mr. Dave was
so
sounding a bit echoey.
in my
That's
review,
fine.
I would say that I actually enjoyed digging gravel in Farm Sim more than in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's clumsy. It's it seems like you have to, I don't know. It doesn't feel open world, like you feel like you're just doing steps and that's what I've always had the criticism of that series. It's
Right,
not
yeah.
bad if you like to do that stuff, but it's like not
And the tutorial
yeah.
seems to be taking forever, I've noticed as well.
Well, it always feels like you're playing a tutorial,
Yeah.
even after you're done, because the missions are like more tutorial,
Yeah.
you know? That's what
So not that Mr.
and it does.
Mr. T Miller was on like what 5 or 6 hours this morning. And it just seemed to be one never-ending tutorial that
I
he was on.
just
It
finished
was
the
weird.
tutorial, the last mission of the tutorial, so I can actually go in multiplayer now.
Yeah, that's what they've been able to do. So, hey, Mr. Cowboy Mikes, how you doing, buddy?
I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, boss. Yeah, I've got plenty of water for my throat at the minute, so that's definitely helping. I was starting to feel like I wanted to start coughing up a lot there. That's why I thought I'd take a quick break. Not doing too bad. Still recovering from having COVID at the minute. But definitely getting there. Finding a lot of simple jobs. It's like I was saying earlier, a lot of simple jobs around the home that I wouldn't normally get out of breath. I'm finding I'm really getting out of breath with this and sort of it's not good. But yeah, I want to try and get back into at least doing some streams for you guys. Obviously, there's not going to be, as far as I'm aware, many more updates to any of the maps. I am going to see if I can speak to JD at some point to get Uncharted put up onto the website. Obviously, there is a link there, but for some reason it's been deactivated. Um, and I know a couple of people have asked about that. So at some point I will message him and see if we can get that up on the website again. There we go. I know that Wolf Creek and that are pretty much up to date at the moment. Let me put there. Why have you just stopped there? You should have carried on. Stop. Well, really overshot that bit. There we go. Doop doop doo doop doo. Yeah, so I've got lavender done. Obviously, I'm doing right at the minute on this field. Obviously, I will be. I'm still trying to debate whether I want to try out the self-propelled baler, the one that came with the Vicon, whatever it is, Vermeer stuff. This thing. I'm really not sure about it because obviously watching Dave stream yesterday, it was missing a little heck of a lot. Um, but it's kind of a shame having it there and not really using it at least once to try it out. But obviously seeing a lot of people mention about how it's missing a lot of stuff, it's kind of like do I really want to do that as well? Just end up going up and down it about 100 times more than I need to? I don't know.
Mhm.
There we go.
Oh yeah, another thing. It took me
There we go.
a long time to figure out how to return vehicles that I rented. By the
That's,
time I figured
yeah,
it out,
that is
it
something.
cost me about 100 grand more than I needed to.
Yipes. That is one thing I've noticed a lot of people seem to be having an issue is trying to figure that out.
Got to go into your garage, and then you get a return button on it.
Yeah. Oop.
Finally figured that out this morning, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I just paid all the money I earned
Ooh,
in rental
ouch.
fees.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they need to do some more
And
little somethings in the tutorial.
what could have cost me like, well, I went through the whole tutorial, didn't teach you that. That's the problem.
Mm. Even like with this, obviously on here, um, there's a lot of information that you can be found in the help menu. This is like maybe something that they need to implement just to help new players or
Yeah.
anybody really, to be honest. So
No, there is kind of a yeah, but it's yeah. Then they got the vehicle shop is confusing. Trying to find vehicles that you don't know what they're supposed to look like. You got to read every one of them. There's no like
yeah,
sorting of mixers versus, like Giants does.
yeah, yep.
They only have it by brand,
Uh, yeah,
which is
not so
fine.
good.
But and it also looks like a lot of it's duplicated. You haven't really looked, but if you want a mixer, there's one of each brand.
All right, yeah.
You wanna
Yeah, so I'll be sticking with my Satisfactory, Farming Sim, and Wreckfest, I think. Oh, aye, that is for sure. Here we Come on. There we go. I haven't missed doing poplar bales, that's for sure. Yeah, the last few days I've just been so tired. I've been having early nights. Waking up in the morning, I got a message from NBC saying, "Are you playing tonight?" Oh no, it's typical. Oh, missed a bit. Typical. So I am currently baling up poplar, Mr. Cabo on mics. Obviously, this is the bio baler, which is one of the base game things, and it just turns wood, your poplar bales into, or your poplar into bales, basically. It's basically a bale of wood chips. But yeah, wanted to at least use it at least once. Obviously, I know a lot of people tend to veer away from poplar, but I kind of like it. I do, and I'm drifting off. Why are you not on? You stupid friggin' thing. Well, technically, you can bale wheat, the straw from it, anyway. But no, this is actual something that is done in real life as well. Not exactly sure what it's used for, but I know on here, also we can use it to make compost. You can make it into electricity with a biofuel place. Obviously, the last time I actually used this baler was back in 19 when the Anderson pack came out. I was actually playing on Mercury Farms at the time, and yeah, I think that's where the love of poplar comes from. Every map since then I've pretty much done poplar. I know on Uncharted you can actually do poplar chips, which you can then use to produce electricity that way. Oops. Obviously the only problem is stopping in time and the capacity on this thing, I think. Yep, we know about the Maze Plus. It can be run on a lot of maps as long as you're not currently using the production revamp mod, as they do conflict. It's something to do with the way that Maze Plus changes the base game BGAs and doesn't recognise modded versions. But I do know that Braven and the guys from Maze Plus are working together at the minute trying to figure out the conflict with that. So hopefully there's going to be an update, and with any luck, we'll be able to, for anyone who wants to use it, they'll be able to use it on any PV map. Because from the looks of it, it's not actually adding any new or needing any new fruit types. It does mention about clover and alfalfa in some of the files there, but a lot of it is bought in the store, like the bales and such. But personally, I think it's just more work for making your animal feed. And obviously this, was it next Tuesday, I believe it is, we do have the obviously next pumps and hoses coming out. Also, I know Mr. Dajnet here, who's in Discord, will be showing it off on the weekend with any luck. If I've got the key on Friday before I go live, I'll show it off on Friday's stream. But we'll have to wait and see, really.
I remember we should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, that's a point. Because you won't be streaming Friday, are you? 'Cause you're going to be going away?
don't think so.
Mm.
It's interesting. I talked to my sister yesterday. One sister's not going now because she has COVID.
Ooh.
So we were gonna all ride together, my nephew and his girlfriend and my two sisters. But my nephew and his girlfriend aren't going because he has an exam he has to do for school.
Oh, typical.
And my other sister has COVID, and now my one sister is testing herself every day because she was around them, so it's like,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Uh,
So far, it's just me and my sister are still going, but
okay.
if my ride disappears, I'm not going.
Yeah. Typical. Definitely typical. Oh, I need to keep an eye on Mr. Whoever's hired helper is. So yeah, maybe Dave will be streaming this on Friday. Don't know yet. We will see. Fun and games.
Yep. COVID, man, I know more people that got it in this last week or two
Mhm.
than.
Yep, there's a lot of people coming down with it at the minute. I think it's where obviously the
For-
weather's changing to be
yeah.
cooler. So
Yep.
yeah.
Fortunately, most of the cases aren't even near what they used to be like.
Oh heck no. Yeah, don't need to do any more lockdowns for the minute anyway. There we go. You there yet? Yep. Go. You can stay there for now. And back to this little dude. Have you had a look at the how the seasonal stuff works yet for the production lines?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Well, it's all got to be translated, so
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting till the translate. I don't need to do it yet, so I was kind of waiting until the translations came out.
Okay. Not a problem. Yeah, so for any of you guys who have missed it, obviously one of the aims for obviously when the new map comes out is that the production lines are going to be set up slightly different so that you can actually run them hopefully on different maps if you want to, not just PV ones. Whoops, go away you. So over the next few months, what I'm doing is going through a lot of the factories, setting them up so that they're ready basically just to throw into a pack and say, here you go guys, this is what you need. If you want to use them, go for it. But obviously you may need to have 2 or 3 factories running for one of the bigger factories, for example, like Sam Adams. Obviously where you need, say, for instance, yeast. You may need to use the PV grain, the sugar mill extended to get the yeast. But one thing, if you haven't heard, is Mr. Dave wants to set up a trading post where you put in products and get out the missing products that you need. So maybe doing it that way instead. Also, I still need to figure all that side of things out, whether I'm going to need to keep the yeast in, um, and how the other lines work as well. Because obviously you're not going to be running electricity and labour and stuff on other maps really, are you? So that's going to be the fun part.
It'll be available as it'll be optional, but it has to
Yeah,
be
like a boosted line type thing, or is it max boosted line or
yeah,
something?
max booster. Yep.
Yeah, that's one thing I need to look
So
at. See how they've
you
done
don't
that.
have to worry about. It's gonna have to be registered with the trading post, which will be required anyway for
Okay,
those products.
which is kind of cool. But yeah, I can't see myself playing on any other maps anyway, so I'm fine. But one thing I am working on as well is adding in additional palette visuals for any of those other factories while I'm going through them. Obviously, at some point I'm going to try and figure out how to get these leaking storages working. That we had 19 for the pallets. For some reason they just do not want to behave for me. I even reached out to Braven and had a little chat with him, and he actually told me to look at the bale storages and see how that was set up. So I've literally gone through, set it up exactly the same, and it still just doesn't seem to want to spawn the stuff back out, the pallets. It's frustrating. If I get one working, I'd be happy, because then I could just literally change the visuals as I'm going on for all the rest.
Yep.
But it's just getting that one working. It's annoying. I can get the products to go in, I can get the pallets to show, the palette visuals to show, but it's getting them to spawn back out is... I'm just missing something. It's probably something really simple as well. But I'll figure it out. Also, adding any displays as well. It's one thing I'm kind of thinking of doing on a few things. It's not going to be on everything, but things like, for instance, if I can get a bigger one sort of set up, maybe inside the Stone Crusher, for example, like it was in 19. Obviously, you can still use these placeable ones, but I think it'd be kind of nice to have the display back on the wall there, as it was in 19, showing all the products, inputs and outputs and that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a look at these actually, see how they're set up. Because I think, if I remember rightly, it should be just one plain surface, and then it has the single node on one corner, if I remember rightly, for where the writing starts. But yeah, I will definitely have a look at that at some point. See if I can get one of them working again. And where are you? There. Wow, that really rips out the nitrogen on this field. Wow. Yipes. One nice thing that I'm going to leave this field to regrow as well, because poplar does regrow. So next time around, I'll be able to just come through and fertilize it up properly. So. Okay, so you've had nothing but errors when you replaced the limit breaker from the SGA site. It wasn't recognizing anything in the field types. I restored my original fire arrows gone. Not sure how. Oh, out of curiosity, do you have any Oh, what's it? What they called? What they called? On the in-game mod hub, there's like animal. Oh, I can't think of what they're called. They're like limit breakers on the in-game mod hub. One's for like animals, one's for like trees, one for the productions. Have you got anything like that installed? No? Oh, dang. Do you have the mod folder switcher? Or are you just getting it off the in-game, off the SGA website? You do. Try deleting it and then sync it through the mod folder switcher. And try it again. There's definitely something going on there.
Now there was a bug with the limit breaker built into the revamp. It hasn't affected my game, but maybe it's a, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Not working.
it's not affected mine,
Yep.
and he's but basically what it is, Green Thumb Farmer. Apart from having issues with not having enough workers and morale and stuff. Let me go back a sec. He's getting a message popping up saying that he's reached the production line limit. Um,
Yeah, that limit breaker should work on.
but yeah,
It's working for me still.
yeah, and obviously I've got so many down. I'm well over. Um, yeah, try doing it through the mod folder switcher first of all. See how you get on with that, and if not, the only other thing is to see your actual log. To see if I can spot anything that could be potentially affecting them. You count 166 down on the map. Does that include obviously your worker houses, your community buildings and stuff? Because they're basically set up as production as well. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Check, double check, and make sure you don't have another limit breaker because a lot of limit breakers, if it overrides ours, it will, or something that breaks the limit, if it overrides ours, it will take
Yeah.
precedent. And ours is set to 1020 for 1,000, so
Yeah, and I haven't had any issues yet, so. Oh. Yeah, give that a try through the mod folder switch, or just do the limit breaker for the minute. Sync it down through there rather than through the website. If you still have the same issues, yeah, like I said, I'll probably need to see your log file, see if I can spot anything that shouldn't really be there. Obviously, current mods that we have, the only one that would really affect it is obviously the revamp mod. But obviously, I haven't had any issues. And as far as I'm aware, the way that they load in, it should technically be overridden by the limit breaker mod anyway. But I do know a few people have mentioned about that. Oh, just out of curiosity.
if you updated to the latest revamp, I know that there's an issue with the limit breaker that's broken. But it isn't. It might be something specific to certain mods that it doesn't work with or something.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is. So you might want to revert to the one that's in the SGA thing for now. Which we didn't update it yet because the issues aren't out of it.
Warning.
On the mod folder switcher, which is the one that was working just fine.
Yeah. Obviously, I've got the one through the. Let's see. The revamp is off the in-game mod hub, and I've got obviously everything else from the mod folder switcher, apart from a couple of warnings. But well, one warning. The rest are just unzipped folders. But yeah, I'm clean. Is Dajnet gonna race today? Don't know yet. We will have to
Not gonna
see.
race. Not on my stream.
It's either gonna be map creating, Mr. Cope, or a bit of construction simulator. that's the only thing you've updated recently, is it? Revamp. Okay.
Yeah, try going back to the other one because
Yeah.
there is a bug. I don't know what the bug is, but he did mention that there's another release coming to fix it with the limit break in that.
Mm.
It's not doing anything for me, but it might be a bug that is specific to a different mod that's installed.
Yeah.
Kind of like it doesn't work with Maze Plus, you know.
Yeah, that's one. It's currently known as obviously the Maze Plus mod
He
and the
didn't
revamp
he didn't
conflicts.
install the Maze Plus, did he?
Don't think so. You haven't got the Maze Plus mod, have you, Green Thumb Farmer? Which way am I going? That way. Let's go into there. He's disappeared. Okay. Resync of this page has got rid of it. Okay, that's fine. Well, that's
Okay.
one issue sorted out, so that's cool.
Yeah, so it's probably something with the new version
Yeah,
that because he knows that there's a problem with the limit breaker in that version not working, but ours should be overwriting it anyway, which is weird.
yeah,
Unless you rename the file, it should overwrite it because ours comes after the AAA limit break. I mean
mhm.
revamp.
You're just waiting on the game to load. Okay. Oh. Oop, that's the point. I need to keep an eye on you, don't I? So many placed down. Yeah. Well, as you can see from mine, um, actually I've got a lot. Obviously, got the orchards over here. Over here I've got obviously the sugar mill. Throughout the whole map, I've got a lot placed down. Um, I think I counted the other day. It's only about 6 or 7 factories that I don't currently have placed down. On top of obviously decorations and stuff as well. So I've got a lot placed down, and touch wood so far, I have not had a single issue. So I do know that it can run perfectly fine with these more and more factories placed down. Also, I've got loads of full 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, I don't think I'm anywhere near the animal limit, that's for sure. Even the base game one. What is left to put down? Wow, holy heck, dude. You need to slow down. Just out of see, that's got me thinking now. What don't I have yet? Let's see. So tier one, obviously, the only one I know about this is the food maker. I don't have mixer. Um, one of the sand one I haven't got. So that's 2. The bigger greenhouses I don't have. I do have all them down. Tier 2 stuff, I've got all that down already. Also, I'm using the ones that are built into the map initially for all of these. I've got the tailors, I've got the vinegar, I haven't got any barrels placed down at the minute, but I do need to get some placed down at some point, so that's another one that I don't have. I don't have an additional sawmill yet, but obviously I've got the one that's built in as it is. Du- 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 I've got all them. I don't have the whiskey yet. Still, I kind of want to put the whiskey on top of the mountain there, the mine. I've got all that, got that, got that. Yeah, I don't have the bigger greenhouses yet. Whether I put them down on here, I don't know, because I'm kind of liking using these small ones. I like those ones. I've got the peanut, I've got the Pepsi, pickles. Stock one, that's another one I don't have. I'm kind of and ahhing about the look of it, to be honest. It doesn't quite fit, that's the thing. Okay, still getting the max production area, so gonna go to the rollback.
Sounds to me like he's got a bad copy of
Um,
the
yeah.
limit breaker.
Where was I? So I've got copper Beidestein still to put down, electric still to put down. So overall, not that much on the production side I've still got to put down. So I'm kind of happy. But obviously, money! You just re-downloaded the limit breaker. That is really freaking weird. So it's got to be, there's a mod or something in there that's conflicting with it, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously without seeing your log file, I couldn't say what it would be. Definitely strange. If you wanted to submit a ticket on the SGA website, I'm sure myself or Dave could have a quick look while I'm live. See if that helps. But yeah, I've got productions placed down like the tier 1 stuff I haven't even used in so long. But I've still got them there in case somebody asks about them. So, and as you can see, I've just gone through the entire list and it's literally about half a dozen outstanding to be placed down. Actually, no, that wouldn't look any good there. The problem is with that the stock production, it's too British looking. I think it's a nice placeboard, by the way. No offense to Mr. Grumpy Dwarf out there. It's nice, but it's too British looking, I think, for this map. What's on front of it? It's a little bumper, Mr. Jababo. Let me get to the end and I can show you. Actually, I can show you in here. So, in the baling section, where this baler is, well, see, there's the Anderson baler, that's what I'm using. And then you got the bumper that you put on the front. It's kind of cool. It just flattens the crop down. Also, I'm just leasing these at the minute. As soon as I'm finished, I'm going to be sending them back. But you can raise them up and down, so yeah, really kind of cool. I suppose you could use that for any crop, really, I guess. You've got some ads? Oh, heck. Okay. Didn't even know they were running. I didn't even know that they were set up to run. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to go check on my wife to make sure she's okay quickly. And I will be back in a couple of minutes. Well, that's going off. And I've got to go over to there. Be right back, guys.
Okie dokie.
And while I think about it, now a few of you guys have actually asked about it. Let me go over to the desktop a sec. For anyone that streams, okay, you can actually set up your Twitch dashboard, so it actually shows a countdown. I gotta remember how to freaking do it now. I think, if I remember rightly, if you go into here, edit quick actions, is it? Nope, it's not that one. Where is it? There. So under your stream manager layout, go to edit, and you'll get this little plus bit here. If you scroll down, there should be an add manager. This one right here. If you click on plus, what that's going to do, let me just minimize that, it's going to show you when the next ad is due. So obviously this currently shows as 53 minutes 44 seconds. And that's all you literally have to do, guys. What you can actually do is snooze them or run them straight away manually as well if you want to. I think that's what Dave does a lot. Obviously he does tend to forget about it, but yeah, give that a yeah. Obviously I'm just going to shrink that back over there. Ooh, look at that buffering. Yeah, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? Let's get rid of this. Yeah, nearly 900 followers. So close. Very, very close. And to be honest, actually, it's been about. I'm not even sure exactly the date, but I'm pretty sure that I'm getting close to, if I'm not over, the year of streaming already, guys. So, a big, huge thank you to all you guys for the support that you've given me over the last year. I must actually look at finding out what when the actual
When your
time is for that
anniversary is.
anniversary is. Yeah, I'm sure it's August to be honest. So, and
Probably my birthday.
yeah,
Uh,
I'd have to have a look properly and see. But yeah, nearly there, nearly at the 900. But yeah, it's a big, huge thank you to all of you who have supported me. It is much appreciated. To be honest, I didn't expect to have this many, or even be streaming this long. Uh, but to be honest, I
You'll
do
have a
enjoy it.
thousand before you know it.
Very true. 24-hour stream. I don't know about a 24-hour personally. Obviously, I do have personal carers commitments that come first, so we'll have to see. Maybe a 12-hour one again at some point. Obviously, I've got my birthday coming up, so maybe something after that. I don't know yet. Yeah, less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Yipes. And also, it's Amethyst Neon's birthday as well. It's Dave's, one of Dave's daughters as well. So, blimey, yep.
Yep.
Busy, busy
Is
time
it
coming up.
Amethyst birthday as well?
Same day as mine, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep. So, for any of you guys, 4th of October is Amethyst Neon's birthday, my birthday, and obviously one of Dave's daughter's birthdays. All on the same day. And the day after that is one of my stepson's birthdays as well. So, it's kind of mental.
Also, the anniversary of one of the earliest, largest snowfalls in New York State.
Oh.
And the October 4th snowstorm of whatever year it was. That's how I remember my daughter's birthday, by the way. And
Oh, okay.
because we had a storm on October 4th that dumped over a foot of snow, which is so early, you know,
Mm. Wow.
that it was a complete mess. It was knocked limbs off trees, all that fun stuff.
Hey KW, how you doing, buddy? Wow. I can't remember the last time we had snow around here. A long time ago, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What's up more? There we go. Yeah, you usually get a few snowflakes and then that's about it around here. And that's pretty much the whole country shut down. It was the
Mhm.
revamp. No longer getting the max production error message now that I roll back. Okay. Well, that's good to know then.
Weird because
Hmm.
I don't get it either. So that tells me you got something else going on.
Yeah. Would you be able to do
Because the
a
revamp
quick?
runs first. It's
Yeah.
almost like the limit breaker isn't working at all. You have a bad. I still
Yeah.
because I
Green
should have
Thumb
overrode
Farmer,
that.
could you send us a copy of your log file, please? Just kind of curious to see what else you've got in there.
Something not adding up because it doesn't do it for us, and it's relying on that limit breaker instead of ours.
Mm,
So,
I don't have on limit breaks.
which is weird.
Mm. Why not?
It
I
shouldn't
want to
even
see
be
it roll.
using that limit breaker. That's the
No.
problem. It's,
Okay,
it's like it's
thanks.
not using this GA one.
Yeah, there's something not quite working right there. Ba-bum. Yeah, because if I go up, actually, let me jump to the desktop a sec and open up my log a sec. Documents. So for any of you who don't know where your log file is, it's in your documents, my games, Farming Simulator 2022. Then scroll down to the bottom, and it's this document right here. It says log. You can open it in Notepad or Notepad++, depending whichever you've got. Obviously, I've got Notepad currently opening it. If I scroll down, obviously it's going to tell you a little, give you a little idea about your log file and how to read it. So the first part tells you a little bit about your system specs and what you're running. It'll then kick into game settings and how you've got it currently set up. After that, it will then kick into the available mods. This is what's in your mod folder currently. Um, where is it? So the first part will be the DLCs. As you can see, I've got all the DLCs there. I have seen a few of these thrown warnings and errors. I'm not sure why. You may need to delete them and then re-download them if you can, or reinstall them. Um, so yeah, as you can see here, obviously I've got version 1.3.0.0, which is the current one off the in-game mod hub of the A production revamp. Now, on most maps, that will load in above anything else. It will load in first, basically. And obviously, because that has a limit breaker built into it, it'll add that first. But if I scroll down further down here, there should be under L right here. This is the one that Dave's done, the limit breaker. But because that's loading in after the um, production revamp, it'll actually read it from this, the limit breakers for the productions and such. The only way it wouldn't work is if something after this limit breaker is loading in onto your save game and overriding that, which could be causing an error for your placeable productions and stuff. Let's see what else. Obviously, one thing you might see if you've got things unzipped, for example, like that. I've currently got WolfCreek unzipped because I was grabbing a few things out of the map for some of the factories, the pallets and stuff. Obviously, it's nothing to worry about. Obviously, it won't load in on multiplayer, hence why it has that warning popping up. But going through that, then this is actually what's then going to start loading into your game itself. Obviously, I've got everything that's in my mod folder is loading into my game. Um, as you can see, I'm not getting any warnings. Ba, 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 ba. You might get some of these messages popping up. All that is due to that a particular mod is looking for the revamp um, mod itself and looking for a specific version minimum. Obviously, as you can see, the bale storage needs it, the bee farm, the brewery, Campbell's, stuff like that. But obviously, because we use the production revamp on this map and all the PV maps currently, you should have it in there regardless. A couple more. So this is all your mods that are currently loading into your map. Obviously here's the limit breaker, and obviously it's loading in a new animal husbandry limit, the production limit is overriding, the contract limit is overriding as well. It will override a few other things as well, but, for example like your trees, the amount that you can place down, your decorations and stuff like that. There's a few different things mixed in there. Duh, 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 duh. Obviously, it's just loading in loads and loads more mods. No errors, no warnings so far. The only warning I really get is the foliage one on mine. But this is basically what you want to be looking for is anything that has error or Lua error in your log file. Warnings, for example, like that one, they're not really a big deal to be honest. They're not going to break your game or nothing like that. It's the ones that cause errors and Lua errors. You've submitted a ticket? Alrighty, buddy. We'll have a quick look at that in a sec. Um, One thing that I have noticed recently popping up on mine, and obviously it is something that happens even in 19, is when you have a lot of productions placed down, is you'll get a Lua warning. Yeah, I'm just trying to find it to show you guys as well. It is nothing to worry about. Obviously, where consoles have a limit, obviously PCs don't, of such. Um, oh, where is it? I had it the other day. It was near the end of everything loading in. Let's just zoom down a wee bit more. I can't believe I can find that. There it is. So this one just here, the Lua memory usage is reached. You don't really need to worry about that. Obviously, that, like I said, it is only for consoles. I think I had two pop up the other day. One saying PS4, one for Xbox or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, don't worry about that one. But anything else that has Lua error or just error, that is the ones that you want to address pretty quickly. But as you can see, my log file is clear completely. Also, you might get something strange like this popping up. Also, that's just where you use, if you're using the easy developer controls, you can actually change some of the key bindings and stuff. And that, what that was, I was going flight mode for that. But yeah, as you can see, completely clear. I like it. It even shows when all the animals are popping in, which is kind of funky. They obviously got your adult deers and stuff. Doesn't show the birds though, it's the only thing. But yeah, that's a little run through of a log. So for any of you guys who do want to try and figure out what's going on with your game, have a look at your log file. Obviously, like for instance, you can even have it up on your main game screen like this. Obviously, you just need to have it enabled. You can do it through the mod folder switcher and then hit the tilde key, which is the one above the tab or below the escape key, the little dash sign, and that'll bring that up. And you can actually use the page up and down to roll through that as well. And then just hit the tilde key again and again, and it'll get rid of it. But it's definitely a nice, easy way of seeing your log regularly. I tend to have it up most days actually. What I'm going to do quickly, just have a quick peruse at your log while I'm here. Support. See if I can spot anything for your green thumb farmer. Come on. Download. Log. Right, so let's have a quick look. Obviously, the easiest and quickest way, to be honest, to find errors is just to search for them. So if I go into full screen, so if I do Control F for find, obviously it'll bring do error. So first of all, so this is showing that you're on NBC Acres, that the FS22 GRN Thumb Industrial Sign Pack, the change mod title script is throwing an error, whatever that might be. Somebody's been doing a bit of modding themselves. Easily addressed, to be honest, and fixed. Same again, just there. So missing a mod title attribute and mod to script file. Script is stopped. Zooming down a bit further, so you got the cat pack, and it looks like the attacher joint on the cat tipper has an error, index not found. You can see just there. Obviously, one or two little errors isn't much, but obviously they will affect your gameplay regardless. Also, we've got a couple more index not found for attacher joints. Now, normally, if you go to what was previously loaded in to the game, so let's have a look. So, there's Catmore pack from the looks of that. But what I have found as well, some of them could be what's just loading in directly after it. I don't know why. Some seem to come just before, some, but most of the time it's what's just before it, but or some after it, should say. And obviously you are on NBC Acres as well, so this shouldn't have too many issues from the map. Obviously another one just there. Obviously that is a really simple fix, to be honest. And as you can see, it's actually throwing a Lua call stack error with that. Now, okay, that one I didn't know. No. So that is coming from precision farming itself, from the looks of that, because that's what's right there. But the mod previously is a vintage V300 precision, whatever that is. So looking at this, it's failed to find child's thread. Yeah. From not on right arm 3. Yeah. And that's a repeated one as well. Yeah, this is obviously repeating. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. That you definitely want to get rid of, like Dave said. There, you can fix it because obviously it does show where the errors are coming from. Obviously in the XML it's trying to load whatever that is, but it cannot find it in the i3D or vice versa. So that's that lot. Also got another error just there for an attacher joint on the Kun Bill Wrapper SGA. Don't know why that is. I'll have to look at that. But could possibly the TLX. I'll have to have a look at that because I've got that. Let me have a look. That's my one. Um, Now is that under my mods or did I put it under somebody else? I don't think I've actually got it in here now. I'm sure I did. Oops, didn't mean to come out. No, did that go back into the Bell wrappers? I can't remember. Nope. It would have been under PV. Oh, it's right there. Blind. Interesting, because I'm not getting an error off of that. Hmm. With the bail wrapper, I'd probably recommend maybe deleting that and re-downloading a fresh copy if you've got that one. That is very strange. But also maybe have a look at try taking out the TLX 3500. I got a feeling it might be the TLX. I'm sure somebody's mentioned about that before. Right then, what else have we got here? So that is pretty much because that's gone back up to the top. That's the start of it again. So yeah, have a look at those. Maybe take them out temporarily and see if you're still getting the errors, because that could also be throwing some errors. Let me see what other mods you've got loading in first of all. Alright, so that should be fine. That's your DLCs. Additional field info, advanced farmer. Um, Animated object, I'm on food production, that's fine. Silos, brewery, fine. Configuration maintenance. Copy design cosplay. Oh, yeah, that's one mod I really don't like. Cosplay. But that's just me. Um, you own a couple of those sprayers? Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. Exotic oils. So technically, if that was thrown in the warning afterwards, so it should technically. That's unzipped. That's nothing to worry about. That's unzipped. You do quite a few of your own buildings, don't you? Or mods. Green Thumb Farmer. I'm seeing a lot of GRN. Wow, look at all them. Okay, so if there was going to be an issue, yeah. Right, so there's, yeah. Right, so there's ours. So that's what I was just thinking. I just want to check quickly above. Right, so anything should, like Dave says, it'll be afterwards. Arrow feed, NBC acres. Um, Placeable object. Production place. Seven station. I'm not seeing anything yet. That's Thunder's animal production, so that's fine. Add on VCA. Nope. What the heck is log S22? um, it's just the way people freaking name things, isn't it? Oh, I can't remember. I don't think so. But looking at your mods, there's nothing jumping out at me anyway that would cause any issues. So apart from obviously fixing those areas or removing the mods, I'm not seeing anything extra in there. Just gonna have a look at these as well. See what you've got. Mostly vehicles from the looks of it. I don't pale forks. Dimco class. Yeah, there's nothing there that I can spot that would conflict. Very strange, but yeah, very very strange. Yeah, probably. Especially the ones that repeat, they are a pain. Yeah. Oops. Unfortunately, some mods can have them built into them as well, and you wouldn't even know about it, which is the thing. Yeah. Yep. But looking at what you've got, Green Thumb Farmer, I can't see anything. It's mostly vehicles and decoration packs. Um, Let me change this blinking screen back. Just couldn't do my head in otherwise. 28 minutes. That's okay, I'll be jumping off back then. Snooze that. Because I don't like looking at that screen, I prefer that one. Yeah, it's just a weird one that happens every now and again. But yeah, I couldn't see anything personally myself. Freaking, come on. But yeah. Well, right, let's go back to that screen. Might help.
Game always routes you through gas station parking lots when you're
Uh,
playing. It's like I have no idea. Why is it bringing me to the gas station again?
there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, it is one of those things. Some modders put silly limit breakers into their mods as well and not bother to mention about it. But like I said, from the looks of your log, there's nothing standing out that would throw any conflicts with it. So
If what he did changed so that the factory limit was the only thing that it was, the fruit type limit breaker was working now, but the factory limit wasn't. It tells me that something is changing, doing a factory limit increaser in one of his
yeah,
other mods that runs after ours. That's normally what it would be.
yeah,
Even if it's not listed, because ours sets it to a very, very high amount, but
yeah,
most people will just up the 60 to like 100 or something like that,
yep.
which isn't enough,
Especially on this map. Jeez.
right?
It's very strange. Yeah, that's what I noticed a lot of what you've got. So definitely a weird one. Yeah, that's usually what it is because it'll override the limit breaker mod. And obviously the production revamp mod has a limit breaker in it, even though it has that. Obviously, Dave's limit breaker will break that. So there's something after that in your mod folder overriding it, as it were. Because I think its productions were, was it 1,000 and something? 25? If I remember rightly.
1,000.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, anything after that will override that 1,000 limit. So, well, I need to stop looking at chat. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me what it might be. The only other thing is to take out, this is the kind of long-winded way of doing it, is to take out any non-PV mod, and then slowly add in maybe one or two at a time, or five at a time, until you do get that error coming back up. I'm coming up and through. There we go. Good thing work's been slow. Yeah. Very true. Yeah, my work's very slow at the minute. I don't even work. Well, I wouldn't say I don't work, but I do. I am a full-time carer for my wife, so obviously where she's been now, she's been having lot more sleep and lie downs and stuff. Yeah, she was kind of hoping to go out shopping with her mum yesterday, and unfortunately had to call that off because of the bleaking test results. Right, let's change that to the front. Unload that. Alright, Neon. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Have a good one, Ian.
Um, if you were on NBC streams when I showed him grocery baskets on map, I'm still. Oh, okay. So somebody else with the floating baskets.
It's a mod that it
Yeah,
is. It's not. It's in one of your mods. It's an object. We've determined that because it's not in the base game still.
yeah. The weird thing is, there's Bad Farmer and about three or four other people have said exactly the same thing, but they've had a basket somewhere down. I think it's around about this sort of area on the map, on this map. Um, I know. I think it was T Miller also mentioned it that he's found it on Uncharted as well. So yeah, have no idea what mod it is.
It's in one of ours, but I don't think so. Unless it's it would have to be the store pack, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably go through all of them anyway and just check the i3ds just in case there is something else that's being thrown off. But as it grows through, I wonder. I'm trying to think what. Well, sorry about the waving around there. I'm thinking as well. So there's only about two or three buildings that I can think that would even have baskets on it. One obviously being the grocery mart. Um,
Right.
that's the main one. But obviously, if it was the one that's built into the map, then everybody would have it. And I haven't seen it, and I've had it placed down. The only thing I haven't done, out of curiosity, have you what community pack buildings have you placed down? It's just a thought, actually. I want to check something quickly. I know of another building that may have it. It's too slow. Do you have any baskets in you? See, that's got little baskets there as well. So that's going to be the toy store. There's nothing on the outskirts. See, 'cause this is one of the only ones I can think of that would have them. But the thing is, I don't think Dave's actually edited any of the i3Ds. It's only the XMLs for these, so all of them down. Okay. See, because apart from that definitely doesn't have it. Like I said, the other one would be the groceries. And if it's one, it will be you. Because I think on NBC Acres they haven't got any of these these buildings down, have you? I don't think that would have it, would it? Nope, nope, nope. This is, yeah, there's nothing in there. Let's see, because I definitely know that you've got some. Ooh, nice shelves. Could do with some new ones. Now the ones that I've seen, it's like 2 or 3 stacked together type thing. But try to find 2 or 3 stacked together is gonna be fun. You found them before. Okay then. Interesting. Yeah. I've got a feeling maybe something like the toy store or something like that. I'll have to have a look at the ones that's in the community pack at some point. Because I think that was the ones that... I'm not going to point fingers, but I think that's the ones that JD did, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It may be that there's something that's just being connected to the building. But yeah, I'll have a look and see if I can find that after the stream actually. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But anyway, I want to just chill out, take it easy, do a bit of farming before I get all this finished off.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be the toy store actually. Because looking at the laundry building, it doesn't have any baskets around there. You've got multiples of them down. Okay. I will find it, don't you worry. Hopefully. Stop. Oh, what was it? There's something else on Uncharted, thinking about it, that I mentioned to JD about. I cannot think. Let's see if I can bring that message back up. Oh, that's what it is. The resin and the glue on Uncharted won't go into the tanker. Obviously, I messaged him about that. And obviously, if Uncharted does get an update, then he's going to add it into the liquid category.
Hmm.
So for any guys who were wondering, so obviously Mr. Cope and I worked on the liquid tanker. Now obviously I've only tested it on WolfCreek. Obviously on here, what Dave's done is added glue, the resin and all that into the liquid category, which is what it reads from. So obviously I haven't had an issue, but obviously on Uncharted they're not in that category, so you're not going to be able to load them unless you actually go through and do the individual products names, which is a pain. But hopefully at some point, if it does get updated, then that will be fixed. There we go. Back to my bales. I have to check Actually, for any of you guys on NBCA, because obviously I haven't loaded it up yet, is that showing in the store for you to pick up glue and resin as well with that tanker for anyone that's using it? Actually, it'd be either that one or the one that I've done as well. Thinking about it, if you've got that off the HGA website, because I've set them both up exactly the same. And if not, if you don't, let me know, and I'll see if I can speak to NBC about getting that added as well. It's kind of peaceful. You're not in game now. That's fine. No, no worries. Oh, fudge. I'm riding bells like Dave was yesterday. Yay! There we go. You're using the TLX. Okay. Yeah, the worst thing is, what the heck is that? That's a weird noise. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really use much of the TLX stuff from 82 Studios. I don't know. I think everyone's using it too much. Don't get me wrong, they're great mods to be honest, but yeah. Got a couple on my PV County though, and I find them a bit top heavy on some of the vehicles when you've gone like 140 down the road and hit a corner. That's fun. Wow, what the heck is that buzzing? That's weird. Oh, I did see that Impact streamed the other day. I didn't even see it, but I know I got the notification come through, so I know he's still alive out there, so that's great news.
Yeah,
Did you get a chance to see him or not?
I didn't get to see him, but I heard that he was on live playing Daisy.
Yeah. Impact, we miss you. Yeah, so obviously, guys, I will be back on Friday doing a couple of hours, possibly with the pumps and hoses run through, see how they work and stuff. What I'll probably end up doing if I do have the unlock code for that before I stream, I'll make a copy of my current save game and run it off of that, just test the stuff out. Probably I need to add in a lot of money, that's for sure, to be able to cover everything. But either way, I'll be trying to show it off at some point. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Then obviously I'll be streaming again, hopefully on Saturday morning is when my next one will be with my daughter, obviously. Doing a bit of Jurassic World or something, so... Oh. Question, would I be looking for a Lewis script in the mod, correct? Nope, not
Oh,
necessarily. Lua areas could be where it's not been the mod's not been set up properly. It doesn't necessarily have to be a script. It can be a script, but let me just have a look at yours a sec. That you sent is find where's that Lua? It's a repeated one as well. which is not good there. So looking at that, um, weed spot sprayer. So you've got a mod called FS22 Vantage 4300 Precision. I'm guessing that's a precision farming edited version. It's probably coming off of that. Looking at the actual Lua error. Here you go. So this one just here is what I'm looking at. Obviously this was what was loaded just before the Lua, the repeated Lua, as you can see right below it. Obviously if you actually read the error, it can actually tell you the how to fix it, to be honest. So the error is failing to find child 3 from node right arm 1. Only 3 children is given. Obviously I don't know the mod itself personally, so going through that, I look at whatever the right arm 1 is and making sure that it's loading in each of the nodes. Obviously, for instance, right here, it's not finding node 300013 on your left arm. Obviously, right arm 1 right there as well. So it's not finding these nodes in that mod or the mod the i3D. It could be that they've been removed or something's been added before that, causing this to be off. And yeah, it could affect the limit breaker as well, as it is repeating there a little bit. So yeah, have a look at that particular mod. That Vantage 4300 Precision. But yeah, it's easy enough to actually correct that, to be honest. So all you need to do is look at in the i3D or the XML initially for that. See what the corresponding name would be. So obviously this is going to be left arm, and then they're nasty because of all the little nozzles and stuff. Yeah, but but if you want a challenge, go for it. It's only one, two, three, four lures there, so just look for the node, or even just get rid of it, like Dave says. Because what you could find that is just these here just need to be relinked correctly. If you can find the right one. What would that be coming off of? Is that assign callback function? Nope. So I'm not sure what that would be on. 3. Because looking at that, because obviously you've got that one there. Linking to that there. Retro event. Specializations. Lovely. But yeah, give that a try. Or even just get rid of that. If you want to fix it, go for it. But yeah, fun and games. Yes, I've been busy as well. I'm terrible. Anyway, back to my game for the last few minutes. Alright, while that's going, I just need to make sure that this is not going to play anymore. When is that due? Available in 37 minutes, so that should be fine. Oops. Come on, back up. I'm as bad as Dave. This is terrible. it took on me. Come on, come on. Oh, it's really heavy. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I think I have 4 of them, 2 with fruit and 2 with herbicide. The one I've got done is the case one. Same as what Dave's using, I believe. Yeah, this thing, the Trident. Nice little one actually.
Yep.
The other thing that I don't have is the lime spreader version on it. Maybe I should at some point do that. Where the heck is the
Yeah, just
that
use
one?
it for herbicide. I don't.
Yeah, and obviously I've got that tank there.
I got that
I do have these as
other mod
one.
I like from him.
I've got these as well, but I haven't used them, so I might actually end up getting rid of it. But yeah, big huge thank you to all you guys for coming out today and sticking around. Obviously, I know that Amethyst Neon's gone to for a lie down, but big huge thank you, obviously T Miller as well, for gifting him a sub. Much appreciated. Why did I totally miss that bit there? Obviously, Def Gamer 2015, thank you very much for the follow as well from the other day. Much appreciated. And also, seemingly I had one from Darcy55. I totally missed that one as well earlier. Might have been just before I went live, I'm not sure. I've just seen that pop up. It's weird. But yeah, Mr. Dashnet here will be going live in 7, 8,
Hours.
about 4 or 5 hours, yeah. So make sure to go over and check him out. I need to just really sort out like a shout out box or something. Button box thing. Makes life so much easier than typing it out. So make sure to click on his link there, guys. It's in chat. Give him a follow if you haven't already. And see what he's going to be doing later. Could be map making, could be construction simulator, could just be sleeping, who knows.
That sounds like a fun stream. A
Why not?
sleep stream.
I know. There's a fair few people out there that do them, so why not you, eh?
Hey, why not me?
Yeah, exactly. Running 3-minute manual movie. Yeah, 6 minutes. I should be able to go off before that kicks in. Just keeping an eye on the ad counter at the minute. To be honest, I thought I had it disabled, so very strange. Very strange indeed. But I know Mr. T Miller was asking regarding about that counter as well, because he's always missing the ads and stuff when they come up. Oops. There we go. There we go. Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. kind of a pain that you can't actually hire a helper with this one though. But mind you, you can't really do it with most. I suppose if I had used like Follow Me or something, I don't know if it'd work. It started in about 5 snooze. There we go. That'll take me past when I finish. That's cool. Sorry, ad popped up there. Notification. So I'm gonna have to have that screen up as well. That's not fair. It's not. Oh, in case I don't see him, if you get a chance, can you speak to JD about the
Mm-hmm.
Uncharted link on the website? It's not working. Unless it's something you can have a look at.
He never. I don't think he ever updated the Uncharted one on the website from earlier.
Because if you click on the
I
link,
don't.
it's come up saying that the link's been disabled or something now.
Yeah, he probably disabled it because it's way out of date. I
Yeah,
gotta see with him about posting the new one up there, the
yeah,
latest version. It works with our mod pack. See, his won't with the latest mod pack.
yeah. Because obviously he's got different things in there, hasn't
Yeah, the map needs to be updated to the latest mod pack version up on that
he?
website. I'll check with him and see
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. Yeah, I think a few people have been asking, I think, on Team Other's stream about it. I just keep saying, get the mod fold switcher, it's so much easier. And believe me guys, it is so much easier, especially if you've got multiple maps that you're playing on, you can keep them all separated. Right, there we go. It is so much easier. And obviously if you go onto my YouTube, there is a tutorial on how to install and set it up. It's very, very simple little program. It's on about, I think, maybe a couple, 2 or 3% of everyone who's currently used it had any issues. And usually it turns out to be like antivirus or something on their computer just blocking the program. I would definitely recommend using it. Right, let's get this build done. Right, there we go. I'm going to leave you there a sec. Let's get my other combine unloaded, and then I'm going to see who is out there in the world of Twitch. Who's currently streaming? Ooh, I see Mr. Jibabo's there. Okay, so let me jump over here first of all. Right then guys, I am gonna call it a day. So let me go over to the ending screen. Hopefully that'll kick over in a sec. Which it did, good. And I'm gonna hit the old credits. So yeah, once again guys, big, big, huge thank you to everyone out there who's popped in and popped out and asked questions. It is much appreciated. Obviously, hopefully Mr. Green Thumb Farmer, you get your game sorted out. Obviously, and look at maybe just getting a few more labour, um, worker buildings and community buildings placed down if need be. Where the heck is it? Um, so let me get rid of you a sec. This thing is not allowing me to do anything. Why won't this allow me to do raids? Let me refresh this a sec. There we go, that helps. Right then, so yeah, like I said, we're going to go over see Mr. Jababo. He's doing another one of his little funky playthroughs with small equipment. Saying that, he's got a not bad little John Deere combine going. A bit old, but it's not bad. It's not that pull along thing he usually has, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, big huge thank you to all you guys. Obviously, like I said, I will be back on Friday. Obviously at my same usual time between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. UK time, so whatever that might be in your area of the world. Obviously, Mr. Dashnet will be streaming later. Make sure to check him out then, okay? But obviously, until later, come over. Let's go give Mr. Jababo some SGA love, and we'll see you again soon, guys. Ta-ra for now. Bye. Later, KW.